Mr. Hitchcock would be no stranger to this next part of our tour because we are entering the Backlot, where the world is literally just around the corner. This is where we have everything from New York to London to Spain to Germany. Anywhere that we want to be, we create it here on our Backlot. These buildings that you see on your right-hand side are not exactly brick or stone. They are just foam rubber and fiberglass. And they are also what we call facades, meaning that we only build the front and sides of the building because that's the only thing that the camera can see, while your imagination fills in the rest. And this street that we are looking at is this Brownstone Street, and you're probably going to recognize it from Bruce Almighty.
Grace the dog! I'm in the shower! Like that. Outside good. Like that. Outside good.
Oh, you're done now. Great. Beautiful.
And welcome to Courthouse Square. You're probably going to recognize Courthouse Square on your left-hand side as Hill Valley from the Back to the Future films. Here's Christopher Lloyd and producer Bob Yell to tell you about bringing Courthouse Square into Back to the Future.
It was actually the Backlot of Courthouse Square that inspired the entire climax to Back to the Future.
I had scenes up in the clock tower on that ledge. It was a ledge about that wide. And I was standing inside looking at the ledge, and I already had vertigo. I just thought there's no way in the world, no way I'm going to stand on that. I was up there for quite a while. Of course, I had a cable.
You probably noticed that Hill Valley looks different. Well, we had to accommodate for the fictional town of Grandview for the show Ghost Whisperer, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt. And now we are entering our New York streets. Our New York streets come with their very own theater district and Macy's. In fact, my co-host, is no stranger to New York because that's where he films Late Night with Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Always got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Our Metro sets have been seen in NCIS and Criminal Minds, as well as the latest Spider-Man movie, The Amazing Spider-Man, which comes out today, so you should go watch it. We also used our Metro sets for the blockbuster hit Transformers. Over the years, Universal Studios has had the honor of working with several talented directors, including Academy Award winner Peter Jackson.
Made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
feet tall and 180 feet wide. It was put together by Nana and the team at Weta Digital. Weta Digital has won 5 Academy Awards for their work on films such as Avatar and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Unlike King Kong, who patrols the jungles of Skull Island at a real quick pace on his hands and feet, I think it's safe to say that most villains and superheroes need something that's a little bit faster than the speed and money appear to be. For example, the Ferrari from Magnum PI. That is just the shell of a Ferrari. It has the engine of a Volkswagen. Very, very inexpensive Ferrari. The Back to the Future DeLorean. That's a real working car. If you wanted to, you could take that out to 80 miles an hour. But back during the film, we used to have about a dozen DeLoreans. Some didn't have engines inside of them because we needed them to be as light as possible to make them fly. Others we just would use maybe the side of the car, the front, or the end, kind of like a facade. We only needed what the camera saw because your imagination filled in the rest. Over the years, we have shown that we like cars a lot. So filmmakers have relied on picture cars to really supercharge their films. And there's no better example of that than the films Fast and the Furious. Can you imagine Vin Diesel and Paul Walker racing on foot? None of us would watch that. We want the chases, we want the explosions, and the crashes. But before we can put all that together, we have to test everything and make sure that nobody gets hurt. Which is why we are inside our special effects stage 55, decked out Tokyo style. We're going to show you that demonstration, how motion and control cars come together. And I'm going to kick it over to our tech director, Mike. Whenever you're ready.
Clear on the set. Let's see the bullet hits. And go. Smoke. Go. Fire. Go. Okay, we're clear for a full run-through. All systems checked. This one's for real, guys, so watch out. And action!
Very nice, boys. This is Carnage and Karma. Take a bow. You deserve it. You guys got any more moves for us? Motion control vehicles that give us impeccable performances day in and day out, never question their motivation, and have never asked us for a raise. They're lovely. I bet you didn't think you were coming to Universal Studios to see German cars dancing to Spanish music in a Tokyo setting. Now you can tell your friends you saw the best thing ever at Universal Studios. Welcome to a more tropical location, Jurassic Park in the Makes. You didn't hear it from me. So we have those dinosaurs. Did you know that they're not here? It seems... Oh! So they're not in their cages. Sorry about that. Let's just be glad Weather played a very integral role in all the Jurassic Park films and setting just the right mood. If you think about it, whenever something bad is about to happen, it becomes dark, cloudy, maybe a little foggy. But if everything's going pretty well, it's all sunny. And here in sunny California, we get the same boring sunshine day in and day out. So when we want to create weather, I'm going to let you talk to my favorite weatherman, Al Roker from The Today Show.
Here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry in 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy in Little Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Island Broad. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the woods.
Flash flood. Why? Alright, so it's raining. Just a little rain.
Cantina, cerveza Miguel, todo papi.
So much thunder.
Hay un glaciar que viene por ahí.
Weathermen always know exactly what's going to happen. It's crazy. That flash flood was created by thousands of gallons of water that are released at the top of the hill. And after we're done, we recycle that water and put it in the drinking fountains inside the theme park for your convenience.
Yeah, right.
I'm just kidding. It goes back up to the hill. That flash flood has been featured in several commercials, including music videos. That is where Lady Gaga shot Judas. And it was also featured in the film Big Fat Liar.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid!
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Hang on, funny
We are entering our oldest part of our lot. This is Denver Street, where some of the biggest Western stars walked and fought right here. You know those Western brawls where they throw each other through windows, crash chairs on each other's heads, and throw each other against the wall? Well, yes, our cowboys were brave, but they weren't crazy. Everything was perfectly choreographed. The windows, we used a flimsy material called candy glass, and those chairs were made out of a light balsa wood, so our cowboys never got hurt. And those walls, they were just foam rubber. If they wanted to, they could have just bounced right off of them. Take a look to see more Western brawls done right here on Denver Street.
Maybe you're just gonna stir things up here. But I am.
How dare you hit that man?
Mine hit the ground first. Mine was taller.
And you also may have noticed that those doors had really weird sizes. Well, that was on purpose. To our smaller cowboys, we would put them in a smaller door, making them look bigger and brawnier. For our damsels in distress, we'd put them in a larger, wider door, making them look a little bit more vulnerable. That's Hollywood. Nothing is what it appears to be. As we make this turn, if you look to your right-hand side, you're going to see our Little Europe sets. Little Europe has been featured in Curb Your Enthusiasm, Heroes, True Blood, Angels and Demons, Pirates of the Caribbean, and many more. This is also where those wonderful monsters got their start here at the Universal lot. You know Frankenstein, who was played by Boris Karloff. He wasn't the original person asked to take on the role. The role was offered to Dracula, played by Bela Lugosi, but he thought he was this big fancy actor who couldn't take on a role that didn't have any lines, so he rejected it. Even though the producer and director begged him, they said, please just do a test shoot with us. And he said, okay, I'll do it if I can do my own makeup. They said, okay. That backfired tremendously when he stepped out of the makeup office or the makeup room. Everybody laughed at him. Not one back to the original location of the first take, making sure that the time looks the same.
Or you can count on it, though. Again. This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. We just have to talk it out, that's all.
6 Points, Texas gets its name because back during the silent film era, each street represented a different district with its own sheriff's office, saloon, and bank. So 6 different films could film at the same time. Sound wasn't an issue. And here we are in our Old Mexico. Old Mexico has been seen in Three Amigos, Community, starring Joel McHale and Chevy Chase, as well as Shameless, starring William H. Macy. We even turned our Old Mexico into India for the film Hop. Here in our Old Mexico streets, we've had tons of directors come in and set it up in a different way. Even for Indiana Jones, directed by Mr. Steven Spielberg. During the filming of Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark, Mr. Steven Spielberg was not very happy with his actress. Take you
Karen
to
Allen.
a vacation spot, Amity Island, the small New England town. And don't worry, we are not going to encounter that man-eating shark Bruce from the film Jaws, because we have him hanging up right there for your viewing pleasure. And to even make you feel more safe, my friend George, he's in the water patrolling, making sure everything is A-okay. Hey George, say hello. There he is. Hey George. George? Somebody help him! Okay, we just need to hide. We need to hide behind these flammable containers or something, because I don't know what that was. Maybe that was Bruce's ketchup. I think we'll be fine over here. It's true. Our shark does look very fake, but we still managed to make some of these scream and shout. So we got what we wanted. That Mechanico Shark Bruce was just a troublemaker on and off the set. On the first day of filming, he sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean because he was not made for salt water, he was made for fresh water. It caused the crew to nickname the film Flaws.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark worked well enough. For a while there, it had the biggest hit of all time.
This beige and white house to your left-hand side, that is where Eva Longoria lived, played the role of Gabby Solis. Her neighbors in that lilac house were Bob and Lee. This yellow and stone house, that belonged to Terry Hatcher, Susan Meyer, played by Terry Hatcher. And then this greenhouse, that belonged to Lynette Scoggle, played by Emmy Award winner Felicity Huffman. Up into season 1 of Desperate Housewives, the houses ended after Lynette's house, even though the road continued on. But we decided to expand Wisteria Lane between seasons 1 and 2 by adding the park that you see on your left-hand side and the 2 houses here at the end on your right-hand side. This pink house, that is where Edie Britt lived, played by Nicolette Sheridan, and that's also where Renee Perry lived in the later seasons, played by Vanessa Williams. These houses are also practical sets. They come built with an upstairs, downstairs, kitchen, and living room.
It flips off them. It makes me so proud that it's become this kind of evergreen, and that every Christmas it rolls around and it means something to a lot of kids.
We used enough artificial snow to cover 9 football fields, 1,938 candy canes, and 2 million linear feet of styrofoam to build the Whoville sets. Those Who's of Whoville had more to deal with than a heartless Grinch, because out here on the back lot, they didn't have a very nice neighbor. Welcome to 2 of the most famous sets still standing in Hollywood, the Bates Motel and the house from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Oh no, I think that's Norman. Maybe we shouldn't be taking pictures, people. There is a killer and we're all just taking pictures. That's not working out. Oh, hey Norman! Hi! Why don't you come over here, sign some autographs? Or not, whatever, I mean that's cool. Alright, we'll just see you later, Norman. Thanks.
Here you go!
4th car, you're on your own. Oh good, you all made it. Good, awesome. Now I can take you to one of the most spectacular sets ever created on our Universal lot. This is the crash site for Mr. Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. We're going to take you into the heart of this colossal set, allowing you to stand up and take some pictures. But please wait until the tram has come to a complete stop.
Is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down and talk about the War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. Listen to me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now close. Robbie, get in. Get in.
That is a real 747 aircraft that was destroyed specifically for this scene. It was brought in pieces through the freeway, except for the tail end, which you'll see is right here on your left-hand side all the way to the end. That was too large to fit in the freeway, so it was brought in by helicopters and dropped in that exact same spot. It cost the filmmakers $60,000 to get the airplane. Seems like a good bargain. But then it cost them $200,000 just to get it here and then destroy it. Kids, if you're looking for a career, you should become a set decorator, because then you can create a mess like that and never have to clean it up. Awesome. Pete Goldberg was here using our mummy sets, and we haven't seen her since, so we try not to really go in there. We're gonna just go right on in, take quick pictures, don't even try and stop. It's gonna be so fast because we don't know what can happen. But I still wanted to take you guys inside of our mummy. Said not to go in there. See, we did this together. Without you guys, we would have never made it. I think we've come to the end of our tour, and it breaks my heart because we've been through so much together. I feel like we've built some great friendships. But I'm going to kick it over to my co-host. He wants to say goodbye to.
Well, I can't believe it. We've made it to the end of our tour, you